Okay, the first guy I want to introduce you to that is behind, well, one of the guys is behind BTS's achievements and who kind of built it. You know, when I say to you, you build it, they will come. Well, yeah, these guys did. His name is Bang PD. They actually call him Hitman. The reason for that is because he and another person in 2000 whatever up to 2005, they actually made, they were the hit makers, the band hit makers. Okay. All right. I just want to show you how amazing this chart is, this person. So he is yang water and he has earth and he has water again, yang water. He sits on metal, metal, and water. The 10-year cycle that he is actually in this one started at 41, it ends at 51. He's 50 this year, but before it ends, it's still water and water. And this will stay longer than 51 because it's yang, it doesn't want to leave. Yin leaves earlier, as in cycles, and it's all elemental. This is all elemental, nothing else. All right. All right. If you have a look here, the water is him. The wood is his talents, his skills, his expression, that kind of thing. The fire is his money. The earth is his power, status, pressure. And the metal is his ideas, his resources, his learning, and it's his health as well. So with this guy, this yang water elementally, you can see that if I was to put ticks in all of these, there would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plus the year is yang water, that's 6 ticks just in water. Okay. If I was to put the ticks in metal, it would be 2 ticks in metal, 1 in earth. And the year is, of course, water and wood. So I would put a tick in that as well. Now, I just want to show you that when a person is born, the day is who they are. So this is the water monkey. The monkey is mischievous by nature. So he goes, jumping from tree to tree. But the yang water of this is yang water finds a way. And this yang water is like a tsunami. So they clean the slate, let's start again. Clean the slate, let's start again. Okay, there's no giving up here. So he writes, he composes, he produces, and he's the record executive basically. So with this person, with Bang, elementally, the water that he is and all those ticks is wisdom and intelligence. Okay, water by nature has intelligence, no matter how you look at it. All right. Water brings nourishment to everything. It touches everything at the same time. Okay. So when you look at him, you think, I don't know, like that, but perfect. Okay. So again, they find a way past the barrier. All right. Think of Tom Cruise. He's that same yang water, etc. Different rest, but this is how it is. Then there's something always on the boil. This person always has something on the boil. Okay. Very determined, very persistent as well. Very powerful, as I said, tsunami. He can be a bit detached, like the party is in that room and he's in this room and he's okay with that. That's the kind of person. He doesn't have to be totally immersed in all the chatter and the noise. Great leader, unstoppable at the same time. Okay. And there is a little bit of rebellion here and he doesn't like conforming. So he can't be told. Great communicator because that's what water does, is it communicates. He is very internal at the same time, persuasive and sensitive to the needs and moods of others. So if Bang was sitting at a bus stop and the person next to him was mourning, he would go home mourning and he wouldn't understand why. It's like an empath, but in more than, first level, second level, that kind of thing. Okay. And so he's the water is also the ears. So he lends an ear. He's listening at the same time. Okay, he can see that. Very intuitive, this water. This yang water is what this year is as well. The yang water, but it sits on a tiger. And the yang water is 3 levels. But these 3 levels of water, we see a very calm, collected person on top, but we have no idea what's down here. And in the Tao, we call this the king with no face. So he doesn't have to be seen to be the person who built BTS or was part of their achievements. He doesn't need that. But at the same time, this guy is heaven, earth, man. 3 levels. These 3 levels are the 3 influences of how life goes on and on and on. Okay. Excellent negotiator, because he will find a way. And eventually, if he hasn't yet, he will view things holistically. Okay. He doesn't have to talk. It just, people just know, that kind of thing. I know, a little bit like, very zenny in that sense. Okay. In 2005, he was in a different luck pillar, but it was still metal and water. So he had this idea to go out on his own. He was with a friend of his, and he went out on his own and started something, and that was Big Hit Entertainment. Now, with Big Hit Entertainment, it's for healing artists and things like that, and that is really what it's all about as well. So he has co-written songs on BTS's albums. He's also the person that writes, he's, jack of all trades. So he writes songs for others, for movies, for shows, etc., etc. Right. So very, very talented man in this chart. He has won awards as well. And he does have what we call the mum star of virtue, very virtuous at the same time. And it's there, and it's in his luck cycle as well. It's like he influences people, and people will trust him at the same time. Very loyal. He commands, he's very successful, and he has leadership quality. So that's what it means. The year 2020 is the same yang water, which is more followers. Okay. But it's a tiger, and the tiger makes a move and makes him change. Makes him move and change, meaning the water changes and the wood changes. So what his job becomes changes, and what he becomes changes at the same time. The people around him change. He actually resigned as CEO, but he's now the chairman of the board. All right, so it's amazing in that way. All right, he's one of the top 25 influential people in the world, I would say too. I'm sure I read that somewhere. What else do I need to tell you? So he just needs to download. Yeah, I don't download. This is elementally. He just needs to download. He also started an app. It was a Weverse app in 2020, and that's where they all speak about their likes, hates, challenges, all of those sorts of things. Okay, and at the same time, I know I haven't put any ticks here, but when you have wood, it makes money. When you have your talents and skills, you open your mouth and it makes money. Now, the time he actually resigned was wood and earth. So he said, he spoke about his talents and skills and says, I'm resigning as CEO, and it sits on earth. Earth is his power and status. He has more power on the day that he actually did this. So remember when I say the day you get married, the day you start things, the day this, he did it on an amazing day. All right. So this is how we look at a chart. And if you're going to go into business with somebody, you've got to really be very, very careful. And elementally for him, wood, fire, and earth are favorable elements. The year is wood, even though it's a tiger hidden, it does how do I put it, challenge the monkey here. So as chairman of the board, he will be challenged until February 2023. All right. Now, does he need to wear? Actually, he's the sixth richest person in South Korea. He's the only billionaire that is in the entertainment industry. All right. And so he has come out on his own. He's not part of the three big major companies. And it'll be so interesting when you see the other two people that kind of, I've done three of them just to show you the combination of three people plus what's called the army. All right. And you'll see it's not the army that you're thinking of as in war. Now, what does he need to wear? So basically what he needs to wear, nothing at the moment, but on February 4th, 2023, he will need to wear a dog for a year, for that till February 2024. And to give him an example of what that's going to be like, it'll be like 2011, where every time he was going to start something, or it was happening, and then slap in the face, punch in the gut, start all over again. So he's got to wear a dog to stop that repeating, the cycle repeating. Okay. For 2022 and 2023, it is about him, the followers. He's the Pied Piper, and the wood, which is his talents, his skills. He can sell ice to the Eskimo, that kind of thing. Yeah, they don't need ice pet. It's like that. All right. So that's the first person. I'll be back with the others.